bill here again. Well, it's finished and it functions. The plow I've been working on, the experimental JXP 584M plow, is now in reality. I had a gate go through the whole thing on the build on it, and we'll show you in a little while. We'll be plowing with it. I had my IH gauge wheel, that one there, back here. And I had another gauge wheel, you may have seen on the other videos, in part 1, part 2 or 3, one like this right here. It functioned fine. My problem really is the length, and I'm trying to get it narrow enough where I can put it on my lowboy trailer and move it around and be legal. And I decided to move this tire here, take this off, and one in the back, put one in the middle, because I have some manuals on the John Deere built a F180, I believe it is, plow 8 bottom, and they mounted their gauge wheel right here, and I said I'll try it. All I know, it works, and others are not needed. So that eliminated the over width though it is, having to take it off going down the road. I'm still going to have to take this wheel off up here and a bottom going down the road to get it down to a legal limit if I want to go somewhere, and I'm hoping to go to the Half Century Progress next summer in Rantoul with this plow, and I've got to get it a little more road ready as far as dimensions. You know, it'd be easier to haul, won't have to put so much together when I get there. Okay, like I said, eliminate this wheel right here and one in the back and just put one in the middle. It works good. This is, you might look at this hitch right here I built. The bottom link's hooked into this perfect. It works good. This is my top link right here. I'll be hooking this plow up here shortly, show you how it all works. Got this on, this kind of stabilizes the gauge with the furrow wheel, the depth up here. And this here, I use this to stabilize this out on the end, plus it just gives support to the back of the plow by pulling from the back. I learned between the International 10 bottom, getting ideas from that, and that John Deere F180. This is something similar to what they use, and it works good. Then I built this plate right here to hold the chain. That works good. It picks up perfect. I really don't know a whole lot more to tell you about it. And of course, you see how I put all this together, and I think in the other videos you saw how this was spliced together. I'm still writing the owner's manual on it. I'm still learning a lot myself, trying this and trying the other. A lot of things are kinks have worked out. Still have a few kinks. I reckon I always will till I get enough time in the field with it, see what really happens. But it plows beautifully. I cannot complain about the plowing. You cannot tell one bottom from the next. It all works great. I'm going to, I don't know of anything else to tell you about it right now. I did do this. This works so close to the tractor. All I had is that one set screw, and I forgot to tighten that right there. How about that? Keeping this thing from spinning around and getting into the tractor tire. And so I fixed this right here to as a safety to keep it from coming around spinning and getting into the tractor tire. Now this hitch here, what I've done, this actually, the idea come from a King. We had a company around here called King Plow Company. I'm sure people around the nation have heard of them. They just made a lot of, they were a short line company, made a lot of equipment years ago, chisel plows, disc harrows, different things, ground engaging type equipment. This is the hitch idea off of a King chisel plow. It's actually the same design, it's just beefed up. I had a friend of mine, we scanned all this thing into a computer, and then I told him how many what percentage I wanted beefed up to, and he just kicked it in the computer and blew the plans right up for us. Then I got a guy with a laser, a water jet type machine to cut these pieces out for me, and it absolutely turned out perfect. I just couldn't ask for no better hitch. It really, really, really works good. And on this crank right here, these are Ace threads, I believe they call, I don't know, Acme threads, excuse me. They're a little bit tougher, and all this had to be made, turned down on a lathe, and then all this had to be figured out. Every time I turn this, it's a ½ inch. A full turn is a ½ inch on this. All that had to be worked out, and I just can't think of anything to tell you about it except put it in the field and let you see it work. And I'm going to be hooking up here and let you see how it hooks up, show you hooking it up. and we'll get to work with it. Okay, like I said, that's all I'm gonna tell you about the plow. I'm gonna start the old 2+2 up here and hook her up, and I'll show you how it hooks up and how the top link hooks up. Another thing I want to tell you about the construction of the plow, the John Deere and the International both, they had an arch in here. You might look at the pictures of them, especially, and they had this chain, the top link on the International. The John Deere did not use a chain, they used a rod, but they both function the same way. When it set down, they did nothing. The pressure come off and it just kind of limp like, and that's what you'll see on this when it's in the field working. They had an arch come up here that the chain hooked into, the top link hooked into at the back. And then they could come up with a quick hitch, hook into it, and go. I can only see two functions of that. The reason they did that was, one was the ease of hooking up, because you'll see mine, it's not hard to hook up at all, but you'll see it's a little bit more time consuming. But it saved me from building all this arch, and it doesn't bother me. And the next thing is to keep it from jumping out of that hook at the top. And you'll see why in a minute when I hook up. I'll explain to you why I was worried about it jumping out. I don't think it will, but I fixed it so it wouldn't. And when it's arching like this here and it hooked into it, there was just no way for it to jump out. So let me start the old 35 up now and we'll hook up. Alright, now I'm going to hook this top link up. And what happens, this yoke I built right here will come down to here, and I'll put this pin right through here, and it'll keep this thing from ever coming out. And that's how that works. Let me get my wrench, tighten that up, and we'll head to the field. All right, we're all hooked up here. I want to go back to this width thing again. So I'm trying to get, the reason I use this is, of course, y'all know this is a 500 series IH 560 series international plow. It was 614s when I started. And the reason I picked the 614s is because with my 8 bottoms, I could get the whole thing 16 inches narrower. And the whole idea behind that was to haul it down the road. And the way I would see it right now is working at just about on the money. From right here, I got to take the gauge wheel off, and probably that front and bottom off. And when I come here and aim down here, that's right at 102 inches, maybe 4. And if I have to, this coulter can come off pretty easily, and this right here can be cut off, and I can get it in. It's going to be tight to get it into 102 inches, but it just will make it. That was my reason behind that particular spacing on plow, is for hauling it around the road. So I was trying to do several things. First thing, I wanted a 3-point hitch 8 bottom plow. I wanted one I could haul down the road, and pretty much it. Just a fun thing to do. One I could haul down the road good all together. This way I don't have to disassemble it. We'll try to show you a picture of the low boy. I'll move it on in a minute. right now, it's a little bit long out the back. I don't like that. I'm thinking what I can do about that. It's 5.5 foot hanging over the back of the lowboy, so it's about this much. This sets on the back of the lowboy. That much hangs out right here. It's got a good 2 bottoms hanging off the back of the lowboy right now. But I might work that out later. See what I can. I might change the 4.5 distance on the frame of the plow. But anyway, that's what I want to tell you about the moving situation. And if you're not moving a whole lot, doing a little bit of assembly, that's not too bad. But that's where I'm at. Let's go to the field, and so we're all hooked up. And you might say I put this pin right through here. I showed you that. Keep this thing from popping up. Because remember, IH and Deere both, they built an arch on their kind of plow to keep this from coming down. I don't think it would come out, but I built this strap and put the pin in there, and that'll keep this from ever wanting to come out of there and stuff. And it's just a simple way to do it. I reckon I could have made straps, this, that, and the other, but this was the simplest way to make this thing to pick up with a couple clevises. If this is effective, if it was, you know, you made all kind of fancy straps and stuff. And of course, this right here is my idea. I made this plate, then I made this piece right here and welded on and bolted it in there. This is a 1/2 inch chain, but this is a 5/8 bolt. So, and it's bolted on the other side, so the shear don't look like much of it, but the shear resistance is tremendous on that. So that should hold fine. It's a grade 8 bolt right here. Should hold fine. Let's go to the field and turn some dirt.